Hello, everyone. So, welcome to your rest and relax yoga for today, Tuesday. So, I want everyone to sit on their mat. You can sit knees crossed, easy pose, lotus pose, whichever one works best for you. Okay, whatever you're comfortable. We're going to go ahead and do our transition. So, last time I tried the first time doing the transition in the class, and then I tried the second time without the transition. And I think it's important that we kind of go through our transition stage together, because I don't want you guys having to stop and pause the video and all that. So it's going to cut down the amount of asanas or poses we can actually get into the workout. But I think it feels better to me. It feels more cohesive. So if you guys have any questions on that or have any comments on that, please let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. So we're going to start in our transition. This is where we are going to just focus on being in the present moment, leaving all our concerns and worries and stresses that we might have had for the day, today, what we have to do tomorrow. We're going to leave all those behind right now. We're just going to sit. We're just going to have some calm. We're going to just have that relaxation, okay? So I want you guys to find your comfortable pose. Make sure you have your core engaged. All of us have our sore cores, right, from our core plank challenge we're doing this week. So make sure that core is engaged. Make sure your back is nice and tall and erect. You're sitting on those sit bones. Whenever you're ready, you can close your eyes. And I want you to focus on your breath, okay? So breathe in. Feel that heart center rise and your chest expand. Breathe out. Feel that those ribs close in. Okay? Again, inhale deep. Chest center pulls out. Heart center pulls out. You feel that tummy. Exhale through your mouth. Perfect. So keep breathing in and out, letting your mind relax. No thoughts at the moment. Just calm, relaxation, presence in this moment. Don't worry about those thoughts that creep in. We always have thoughts creep in, right? Our minds are used to going to nothing. Just let those thoughts just come and just pass right through. Focusing on your breath. Now I want to share with you guys a meditation while you're focusing on your breath. So this meditation says, you, just as you are, and your life here, right now, are all there is and all you need to know. You don't have to do anything special. Mostly, you have to be open to meeting face to face and even dancing with the truth that pertains to your life right now. You have to find a way to collect your fractured pieces, examine them, and then accept them as part of who you are. Spiritual practice is about transformation, but it's also, and more importantly, about working with what is. That opened right to that today. And with everything that's going on in this world today, we just need to work on putting the broken pieces back together, right? So still concentrate on your breath. And today we're just going to work on that spirit. Just give your spirit a break while you're here. back up. So we're going to do a little bit of hip opening today, okay? Move my meditation book out of the way. So we'll start an easy pose. I want you guys to straddle your legs. It doesn't have to be a wide straddle because we're actually just going to do some hip circles. So you can either use your arms and go around like this, or you can use your hands out, whichever way is easiest for you. We're just opening up those hips a little bit. Make sure you're breathing in this. Make sure those nice tight abs are staying engaged. Last time this way. Good. Reverse your circle. All right, one more. Good. Bring those legs together. Shake those out a little bit. So we're going to actually do a forward fold seated, okay? So when you guys do a forward fold, I want you to make sure you bend from your hips, not from your back, okay? So the idea is you're going to sit up tall. You're going to raise those arms. So it's almost like you're lifting, and then you're going to bend from your hips, okay? And then once you've gotten as far as you can that way, then you can curl your spine. Does that make sense? Make sure your feet are staying engaged. So yeah, so the goal is we want to keep our back in alignment as much as we possibly can. So we don't just want to curl over like this, okay? So we're going to bend from our hips and then stretch our arms out. And you're going to breathe in this pose. Now, breath is actually your motivator in yoga, because we have a lot of poses that are tight for us, right? So when you breathe in, breathe your oxygen into a specific place, okay? So if you feel really, really tight in your hips here, when you take a breath in, breathe in and focus on that area on the hips where your tightness is. If you feel extra tight in your hamstrings, this is a hamstring stretch mainly, so you're going to feel it. You should feel it back there a lot. But if you feel it there, make sure when you breathe your breath in, you focus on that. So you want to breathe your breath into the areas that are tightest for you. And if you notice, when you focus and you bring in that warm, nice oxygenated air into your body, when you take a next inhale, you'll actually be able to bend over just a little bit further than you were, okay? So when you breathe in, come back up just a little bit, and then when you exhale a little further down into that stretch, okay? Inhale, come back up, exhale, over a little bit further. Inhale, exhale. Last time for your inhale. This time when you exhale, you're going to stay in that fold, okay? And this should be your max distance right here, right now. So if it's easier for you to have your hands on your mat next to you, that's fine. If you want to have your, grip your feet, if you want to grip your toes, if you don't feel like your bit can bend over that far, you can use a strap or a blanket or a towel or something and wrap those underneath your, around your feet, and that'll help give you a little bit more of a stretch, okay? So we're going to stay in this position. Perfect. Inhale, come up. I'm going to bounce those legs out just a little bit. My puppy dog is laying right here doing yoga with me. No, that I wasn't calling you. All right, so we're going to lay down. No, sugar, go lay down. We're going to do reclining pigeon. So Reclining pigeon is where you are going to lay on your back. You're going to stop. You're going to cross your right ankle, over your left knee. And then we're going to stretch, okay? So the idea is, if you can, your hands will come behind your left knee, and they will pull your left knee in, stretching that right hip, okay? If that's too much of a stretch for you, you can place your hands on the outside of that knee. If that's still too much of a stretch for you, you can just place them on both knees, okay? So your leg or calf on your left leg, and then your knee on your right, okay? If you can get those hands through, though, we want to make sure you get a good stretch. Make sure you're breathing. So this is a nice hip opener for us, okay? Going to be important because we're going to do a pose in a little while that's going to actually be the sitting up version of this. And it's a nice hip opener as well. So we just want to prepare for that. All right? So put your legs, bring both legs down. You can shake those out if you want to. You're going to bring that right knee up, and now you're going to cross your left ankle over that right knee. Left arm intertwines through that in between your legs and grabs your right hand behind the knee. If it feels better for you to keep that leg up, please do. But you can put it down and then just pull that right knee in towards your chest. And breathe. Same concept. Focus that breath to whatever area is nice and tight for you, okay? Send that oxygenated air into those, oxygenated blood into those specific muscles. All right. You can shake those legs out. You're going to sit up. Come to on your feet. Not on your feet. You're going to come to on your hands and feet like this. And we're going to push up. If you can, push up into a squat. If you can't get into it to that position, bring your legs around or bring your knees around like this and get into your squat. However is the easiest way for you to get into your squat. I just want you to be in a squat, okay? So the goal with our squat is we want our feet a little bit further than shoulder width apart. Our tailbone's down, our back is straight, our shoulders are down away from our ears. And we're going to use our biceps, triceps, top of our arms to push our thighs outward. All right, so your toes can turn outward slightly. Don't grip the mat with your toes, okay? We want to make sure we have a nice balance. You should be able to lift your toes up and not fall back, all right? So your hind is not going to be touching the floor, but it should be close. If you can't get down that far, it's okay. Just come down as far as you can without any pain, okay? We're just going to sit here for a moment in our Hindi squat. And breathe. So you guys feel those hips opening up yet? I hope you do, because our last pose is going to be pigeon pose. And it's a massive hip opener. So I hope you guys are feeling some hip opening right now. All right, so go ahead and put your hands down. Come up into a forward fold. Make sure your feet are just a little bit about shoulder width apart. So we talk about, you might have heard me in one of the other workouts talking about being on the four corners of your feet. So the idea of that is you want your heels down, you want the ball of your feet down, okay? If you guys can see what I'm doing, we want this part to the mat and your toes will be up. So your toes, once your toes go down, then you feel the weight is distributed evenly through your feet. That's a nice setting position, okay? So your forward fold, at that point you can either put your hands on the floor, you can grab your elbows, shoulders, however works, whatever works best for you. Make sure you don't lock your knees because I don't want you guys to get dizzy and pass out. So your forward fold is a very restorative pose. So this actually helps with mood. So it said if you spend about 2 minutes in this pose, it helps fight depression. So I know a lot of people have been in the house a lot, right? If you find that you're suffering from mood, unstable moods, some kind of depression feelings, stay in this pose for a little bit and it can help you. All right. Make sure you're breathing. And we're going to come up. We're going to inhale as we come up. Touch our hands in the middle. Exhale, palms pointing downward. Close the pose. Good. Again, inhale, palms pointing up, touching in the middle. Exhale, palms pointing downward. Close the pose. One more time. Inhale, palms pointing up, touch in the middle. Exhale. Close the pose. Good. So that's our nice, kind of going right through mountain pose. That's mountain pose. We're just kind of standing. So we are going to do a balancing pose real quick. So are you guys familiar with tree pose? So tree pose, we're going to start on one leg. So I want you guys to shift all your weight over to your left leg, okay? So when you shift your weight to your left leg, I don't want you to pop your hip out, all right? I want you to stand tall because that's going to be your support, all right? So you need to have your glutes engaged, your core needs to be engaged, that left leg needs to be engaged, okay? This is part of the reason why I wanted to stress the four corners of your feet, because you want to make sure your heel is planted down, that ball of your foot is planted down firmly, and your toes go down, but they're not gripping the mat, all right? So what you're going to do is you're going to bring that right foot to your thigh. Now, if you can't bring it to your thigh, you can bring it to your shin, your calf, or your ankle. Do not put it on your knee because you don't want to put that pressure on your knee, okay? So the goal here is you're going to find a focal point. Just engage all this on the left-hand side, okay? Make sure that leg is nice and solid without that hip being popped out. Bring that right foot to your thigh. Find your balance. And if you can, hands touch in the middle. Make sure that left leg stays engaged. Glutes tight, core engaged. And make sure you're breathing. Good. Come down. Awesome. And shake that left leg out. Now we're going to do the other side, okay? So we're going to do that same process. Make sure you come on the four corners of your foot, of your right foot. Those toes will come down last. Engage your core. Engage your glute on your right hand side. Engage your thigh. Find your focal point, okay? And whenever you're ready, bring that foot, left foot to your right thigh. Make sure you're breathing. So your hands can stay down here, just like this if that works for you. You can bring them here if that helps you maintain your balance. Or you can bring them here. Make sure you're not gripping the mat with those toes. And make sure you're breathing. This is strengthening that leg, that standing and grounding. You're getting solid and strength in there. And focus. This is determination, right? Good. Come down, shake that leg out. That's awesome, guys. All right, so we're going to swan dive down into our forward fold. We're going to step out into downward dog, okay? So I want you guys to bring your hands forward. Can't see me, huh? And then you're going to bring those feet back. Okay? Make sure your ears are between your arms. And you're going to do a three-legged dog. So we're going to kick that right leg up. And then you're going to bring that right leg through. Left leg comes down, toes curl under, okay? Into our pigeon pose. So this is, if this is good for you, you can stay right here. If you can go down, you can go down to forearms, or you can go down to head on the mat. Whatever works best for you. The idea is not to feel pain in this pose. You should feel some hip opening because this is the hip openers of hip openers. So it's going to stretch and open those hips up. But I do not want you guys to feel pain. Okay, so if you feel pain, please come out of the pose. You see my dog, she's so ladylike, right? She's sitting with her stuff all open. And you're just going to breathe into the pose. Same concept, breathe into those sore spots. And if you notice when you breathe into those sore spots, you should be able to bring those hips down a little bit closer to the mat. Okay? Alright, so we're going to take one more breath here. As we come back up on your hands. We're going to kick that right leg back. Make sure your wrists are under your shoulders so you have that nice support without putting all the weight on your wrist, okay? That's when you have your hands, the balls of your hands are gripping, not your fingers. We're going to come back to our down dog. Nice stretch. You can walk the dog for a minute. Stretch out those hips. And whenever you're ready, on your next exhale, you are going to bring that left leg forward, curl those right toes flat on your foot, right toes go flat on the mat. You're going to come down to your forearms. If that's comfortable for you, stay there and breathe. If you want to go down further, you can bring your head to the mat. If you want to go down even further, you can lay flat. And just breathe. Same concept. That air, oxygenated air, to the areas that are tight or uncomfortable. We're the hip opener guys, right? Once again, if this is uncomfortable for you, or if it's uncomfortable for you to stay in too long, just go back to what was the most comfortable for you, okay? If this is not comfortable for you at all, you can always rest in child's pose. It's all right. All right. Come on back up. Come to all fours. Sit down. We're going to lay down. And I want you guys to lay on your back and bring those knees into your chest. Oh, that should feel good on your hips right now. Everybody feel that? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do knee circles. Kind of bring those hips back into position, right? That feels soothing. Good. Change your circle. Good. All right. Lay those legs flat. And we're going to do wind releasing pose. So your right knee comes into your chest. Your left leg comes off the floor. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, bring your knee to your chest. As you exhale, you're going to alternate knees, okay? Make sure those ankles or your foot stays off the floor though. Don't bring it all the way down, all right? Other side. Other side. Other side. I know you guys' abs are sore and this is working them a little bit, but this is actually, should be stretching them out some too. Okay? Awesome. Now I want you guys to just lay flat on your mat. We're going to do our relaxation in Savasana. Just let your hands fall down. I'm sorry, your arms fall down at your side. Your shoulders relax. Your feet fall out. So in other words, nothing's tensed up, okay? If you can't tell if you're tense in certain areas, then tense them up and then relax them. That'll be how you can tell that you're relaxed, all right? For your eyebrows, for your jaw. If you part your teeth just a little bit, you'll find that it relaxes your jaw. Your shoulders, relaxed. Your bum, so we hold a lot of tension in our bum. So tighten your glutes up and then relax them, so that way you know they're relaxing. We tend to hold a lot of stress there. People don't often realize that they're tightening their high knee. And we need to relax that. This is where you just let everything fall. It's like your body is falling into the earth. Just relaxed and heavy. Every concern is just washing away, falling away from you in this relaxed state. through your breathing. Whenever you're ready, twist your wrist, twist your ankles, or come back to now. Whenever you're ready, roll over to your right side, stop, sugar, and rest there for just a moment. Back to seated. Oh, crazy hair flying on it. Well, thank you guys for being on this journey with me. I hope that this helped kind of offset the sore muscles a little bit and can bring you into a state of relaxation and you have your reset for the day. I hope everyone has a wonderful day and that you learn to just stop and breathe, be in those moments, okay? Once again, thank you. Namaste.